This is the Kilauea and Mauna Loa volcano update for the 30th of October 2022. So far, about 115 million cubic meters of lava has erupted since the 29th of September 2021. Sulfur dioxide emissions over the past month have dropped from 1,100 tons per day to 700 tons per day. All activity is confined to the summit inside Mokua'weoweo crater and poses no threat to nearby communities. Tiltmeter graphs on Kilauea continue to show general inflation of the summit with occasional deflation events here and there. With the exception of a handful of shallow earthquakes at the summit of Kilauea and at the upper part of the East Rift Zone, both rift zones are basically quiet. No earthquake activity happening on either of the rift zones. Now these earthquakes that you see right here near Pahala, Hawaii are actually very deep earthquakes. They occur anywhere from 20 to 25 miles or 30 to 40 kilometers below the surface. It is not entirely clear what causes these deep earthquakes beneath Pahala. One theory suggests that it may be related to hotspot magma transport or faulting in the upper mantle beneath the island, but more research is still needed. The east-facing thermal camera did not record any squeeze-ups of lava around the edges of the crater floor in the last week. In fact, hardly any squeeze-ups of lava have been visible since late September 2022 after the crater floor drop. The surface of the active lava lake has remained about 8 to 9 meters or about 26 to 30 feet below the lake rim and has not fluctuated that much over the last week. So far, the crater floor has risen 472 feet or about 143 meters since the 20th of September 2021. However, the total crater floor rise since the 20th of December 2020 is 1,223 feet or 373 meters as indicated in this graph. Over the last 10 days, the crater floor has only risen about a meter or about 3 feet. This is the west face and B1 cam, which records only a meter or a 3-foot rise of the crater floor from the 20th to the 30th of October 2022, and it's barely even noticeable. In the past few days, many news agencies posted numerous articles on the impending eruption of Mauna Loa, and to get people prepared just in case there is an eruption. Mauna Loa volcano continues to be in a heightened state of unrest since the earthquake swarm began in mid-September. Daily earthquakes are happening 2 to 3 miles or about 3 to 5 kilometers below Mokua'weoweo Caldera at the summit and 4 to 5 miles, 6 to 8 kilometers beneath the upper elevation northwest flank of Mauna Loa. Sulfur dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, and carbon dioxide emissions as well as fumarole activity remain stable at the summit and on the rift zones. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, GPS instruments at the summit and on the flanks of Mauna Loa continue to measure inflation at heightened rates since mid-September. Tilt meters at the summit did not show any major ground formation over the last week. Mauna Loa remains an alert level advisory and color code yellow. The summit is currently closed until further notice due to heightened state of unrest. Mauna Loa is not erupting and there are no signs of an imminent eruption at this time. This earthquake map shows the earthquakes at the summit of Mauna Loa and also on the northwest flank from the 23rd to the 30th of October. About 179 earthquakes have been recorded over the course of a week. The earthquake activity at the summit of Mauna Loa appears to be going down as time goes on. If you look on the left-hand side of the screen right there, you'll see the daily earthquakes that were recorded at the summit of Mauna Loa. For example, on the 21st of October, there were 40. And then on the 22nd, it dropped to 10, the 23rd, 25, 19, 15, 20, 19. However, on the 28th of October, the earthquake count jumped again to 36, and on the 29th to 39 daily earthquakes at the summit. If Mauna Loa were to erupt today, the area of concern would be on the southwest rift zone of Mauna Loa. Any resident living south of Kona or west of Na'alehu have only hours to evacuate due to the steep slopes of the west flank of Mauna Loa. The Honokua lava flow from the 1950 Mauna Loa eruption traveled 24 kilometers or about 15 miles from vent to the sea in about 3 hours.